I also request Dr. Arvind to felicitate our chief guest.
Respected Health Secretary, TamilNadu, and Dr. Arvind and Dr. Ayappan and my friends. It gives me great pleasure in standing before you to start a very noble program. This is an initiative started by the Vascular Society of India, where we thought too many unnecessary amputations are being done in this country. And so, as part of that, now we are doing an amputation-free TamilNadu. So we want to inaugurate that. Why are we harping so much on this amputation? In fact, somebody from the press came and asked me, what do you mean by amputation? Next. You know, globally, every 2 minutes, somebody is getting an amputation done. And most of these amputations are done for diabetes and trauma. So when you see an amputee next time on the road, please sympathize with them and find out why such a thing has happened and could we have prevented this. You see this lady, just a young female who has lost both her legs. She came with acute ischemia, that is sudden stoppage of blood flow to her legs, and it was not attended to properly, and she ended up losing both her legs. So an amputation is so devastating for the patient, for the family, and if it happens to the breadwinner, the entire family is on the road. The important thing is, majority of these amputations are done for people with diabetes and after trauma. It happens because there are not enough vascular surgeons in this country, and the awareness about vascular surgery is also very poor. Many people don't even know what is vascular surgery. They confuse it with cardiovascular surgery. The vascular surgeons are the ones who deal with blood vessels outside the heart. Vessels in the heart and the heart itself is dealt with by the cardiac surgeon. All the vessels outside the heart, we deal with. We are the vascular surgeons. Why we are talking about awareness? India has the highest, it's a diabetic capital of the world, and right now we are supposed to have around 101 million diabetics in this world, in this country. And 6 to 7% of them develop diabetes. So all these epidemiological studies have been done by Chennai-based diabetic centers, so they are very authentic. And Indian population is also aging. So as age increases, the blood vessel block will also increase. You are as old as the artery. If the artery stays young, you will stay young. So that's very important to maintain that vascular well-being. And smoking is also going up. Smoking, age and diabetes are the 3 important causes for developing blood vessel block. So we expect a huge number of vascular complications because of our population. Are we really ready for that? You see, it's a very classical image. You see, you smoke and your foot undergoes damage. So you see here in this patient, all the toes have turned black, and you can see the agony in the patient's face. The tissues are dying because of lack of oxygen, and he's screaming with pain. And when the blood vessel to the leg gets blocked, you develop gangrene. When the blood vessel to the brain gets blocked, you develop stroke. When the blood vessel to the heart gets blocked, you develop heart attack. It's kind of the same disease, only the region is different. And there are around 300 to 350 vascular surgeons, fully trained vascular surgeons in this country. And there are are another 200 cardiac surgeons and general surgeons with some exposure to vascular surgery. They also do. So you can imagine for a country of our size and population, we hardly have enough vascular surgeons. But fortunately, TamilNadu has the maximum number of vascular surgeons because, like Dr. Ayyappan mentioned, we are the Mecca of medicine. And we only started the first department of vascular surgery in this country. And fortunately, I am the first qualified vascular surgeon in this country. So, majority of the vascular training, if you see, centers, very few. You see places like North and East, hardly anybody. Nobody is there. So what happens to these patients who develop problem there? Either they have to come to Delhi or they lose their legs. So this is totally inequality. And majority of the centers are all located in TamilNadu. And I am very proud to say that Kaveri Hospital is the only private hospital approved by the National Board to conduct super specialty training course in hospital. And there are only around 20 to 25 medical colleges in the country where there is a dedicated vascular department available. So when a medical student goes through the training, he is not exposed to any vascular diseases at all. So naturally his awareness about it when he qualifies is very poor. So this anomaly has to be corrected. And health diagnosis is delayed, reference is delayed and leads to neglect and the patient loses the leg. And there are some startling facts you must remember about diabetes. So diabetes is gender neutral disease. That it affects the male as well as the females equally. Many times women are protected from many other diseases because of the hormones, but diabetes is not forgiving. The gangrene is as common or in fact more common in a diabetic woman than in a diabetic male. And majority of the time, a patient with diabetes gets admitted to the hospital due to the foot problems. And the most important thing is, 85% of these lower limb amputations in diabetics is preceded by an ulcer. That is, it starts with a small ulcer. You don't look after it well, it goes on spreading, or somebody goes around cutting the toe without improving the blood supply, it starts spreading and they ultimately lose the leg. And the risk of developing arterial block increases with the number of years of diabetes. If somebody is diabetic for 10 years, the risk is around 15%. If it is 20 years, the risk is around 40%. That is, 10 4 பேருக்கு if they are diabetic for 20 years. And one of the most important information of this talk is this, that many limbs are lost because of minor surgeries done in diabetic patients without assessing vascularity. Patient comes with an ulcer, small abscess, so a surgeon, plastic surgeon, dental surgeon or a diabetologist goes and immediately puts a knife and drains the abscess. Okay, abscess has to be drained, but before that you should check whether the blood flow is there or not. If the blood flow is not there, wherever you cut will turn black again and the gangrene spreads. You would have heard stories in the family that இது மாதிரி விரல்ல அரைச்சது விரல்ல கட் பண்ணாங்க அப்புறம் பாதத்தை கட் பண்ணாங்க அப்புறம் என்டையர் லெக் எடுத்துட்டாங்க ஃபைனலி பேஷண்ட் செத்துட்டாரு. So this happens because nobody has looked at the blood flow. If you correct the blood flow, you can stop the problem with the toe. You improve the blood flow and you can remove the toe alone. But if without improving the blood flow, you remove the toe, you cause more trouble. And the other important thing is this, 35 to 50% of the patients who lose one leg today will develop the same kind of problem next year, within 1 year. So that means if he loses one leg today, 1 year later he is going to have the same problem when he loses the other leg also. So you have no business to remove the leg without improving the blood circulation. What happens in these patients, you see here, atherosclerosis is the cholesterol, that is fat and calcium like material which deposits inside, just like a soot in a chimney. Simpler சொல்ல போனா 1 inch pipe becomes a 1/4 inch pipe. So blood flow reduces. எந்த பார்ட்டுக்கு அந்த ரத்த குழாய் போகுதோ அந்த பார்ட்டுக்கு ரத்த ஓட்டம் குறைஞ்சு போகும். So like I said, ஹார்ட்டுக்கு போனா ஹார்ட் அட்டாக், பிரெயினுக்கு போனா ஸ்ட்ரோக், காலுக்கு போனா லெக் அட்டாக் or gangrene. Gangrene means tissue death. Do we operate on every patient? No. First and foremost, we treat medically unless there is this emergency. Medical treatment includes stopping smoking and tobacco in any form. You should not smoke, should not chew tobacco. This is very, very, very important. No treatment will work if you cannot do that. And keep walking. Our slogan is stop smoking, keep walking. If you do that, your vascular health is good and you will not develop problems. And next important thing is foot care and footwear. So improper footwear and improper foot care is responsible for ulcers developing and that spreads. So we always advise them they must wear padded footwear even at home. என்னோட பேஷண்ட் 2-3 பேர் இருக்காங்க கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஆபரேஷன் பண்ணிட்டு கால் காப்பாத்தியாச்சு they go to the temple and say thank you Lord and come back with blister ஏன்னா நம்ம டெம்பிள்ஸ் எல்லாத்துலயும் பராமல் போட்டுருக்கோம். It is so what you cannot wear a footwear. அதுக்குன்னு தனியா we have special socks. There are socks with silicone coating underneath, so that will prevent the heat from affecting the sole. So they have to do that. Then we advise them blood thinners, which will prevent clotting from developing, cholesterol lowering drugs, which will reduce the block, control of diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and lifestyle modification, diet, and things like that. Regular exercises, and all those things will help towards your vascular health. You can avoid an amputation. But what if you develop the problem? So the thing is, that's not good. Yeah, the other one was the first one. Yeah, you see here, when the artery gets blocked and that portion, see the toe becomes black. You have no business to remove the toe without improving the arterial, the block. So what we do is, you see the second one, where we do a bypass, just like a road principle. If the road is, bridge is bad, you create a temporary passage. This is what is called bypass. From here, a tube is attached to the upper part where the blood flow is good, to the lower part where the artery is open again. This we normally use only the synthetic, the patient or the womb, like vein. The same thing that happens in the heart, we do it in the leg also. We can save the leg like this. You see here, this is a synthetic graft and that one is a vein graft. And nowadays, the open surgeries are slowly reducing and we are doing this minimal access surgery, that is the endovascular procedure. Like you see here, artery is blocked, we pass a wire across the artery and then balloon it. So the balloon actually compresses the artery and pushes the material so that the lumen is re-established. This is what is called balloon angioplasty. And when you remove the balloon, sometimes it collapses, so we put a metal, net-like metal inside, which keeps the artery open. That is the stenting. So we can do an angioplasty, we can do stenting in these patients. See, this is not something that is happening now. This article I wrote in 1990s. காலுக்கு குழி வைக்கும் சர்க்கரை. இந்த சர்க்கரை வியாதியில ஒரு சின்ன புண்ணு வந்தாலும் அந்த பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு immediately panics. ஐயோ கால் போயிட போகுது. That is reason is because of poor treatment. So தேவை சுய பாத பூஜை. Don't do பாத பூஜை for God man. You do பாத பூஜை for your own foot if you want to live normally with your legs intact. So that is the message that we want to give everybody. See, in a patient with brain stroke, you see here the blood flow to the brain gets blocked and a small clot develops, it goes inside the brain, produces a stroke. So this can be tackled by side. You can see the other picture, the one with a lot of clots inside the artery after cleaning and the material that has been removed. So this kind of surgeries are possible to prevent stroke. See, these minimally invasive surgeries, endovascular procedures are now done more often than open surgery, and this has been facilitated by an excellent advanced hybrid cath lab at Kaveri Hospital. And Kaveri has been at the forefront of preventing amputation. We do around 75 open surgeries and 150 endovascular procedures towards limb salvage. There are also other vascular procedures that we do like varicose vein and other things. This is only towards limb protection and preventing amputation. Around 225 to 250 limbs we salvage every year. We also perform 25 to 30 stroke preventing surgeries, like preventing the carotid endarterectomy. So during COVID time, we actually worked full time. There was no rest, nobody ran away from COVID. We were working every day to operate because blood clot was the biggest problem during COVID. And we were able to do more than 100 cases. We did surgery and prevented amputation in these patients. So much so that our result has been published in a very prestigious journal, vascular surgery journal. So in 1994, on 6th of August, we met. So we were only a handful of surgeons then. So we called a meeting of the vascular surgeons throughout India at Savera Hotel, and we created the Vascular Society of India, and I was the organizing secretary doing that at that time. So every 6th of August we celebrated as a Vascular Awareness Day so that we can avoid amputation in these patients. Even yesterday we conducted a nice walkathon with a lot of people participated. And next Sunday we are running a free vascular screening camp on Sunday. So we have to pick up these patients, educate the patients, educate the non-vascular surgeons about what not to do and when to refer the patients towards achieving this amputation-free TamilNadu. So I have a request to the secretary. We would request your help to get this 6th August officially announced as the Vascular Awareness Day. We were very close to doing that. I had met the Central Health Minister some time ago, long ago. We were very close to doing that. Unfortunately, that particular time the government changed. So that
the lifestyle change. Lifestyle is so number one. My message to you is that MTM sonni piruvu alladu makkal thedi marthum nurse namal kude regular doctors ungalku வேறு வழியா தெரிஞ்சிட்டால் கூட சர்க்கரை நோய் இருக்கின்றது அப்படி தெரிஞ்சு பிறகு தயவு செய்து அது வந்து லைஃப்ல எடுக்க கூடாது. One, you should take right medicines, or if it is only in the borderline, change your lifestyle. அது வந்து நான் சொல்ல விரும்புகிறேன் as an administrator. If you change, let me take number one, மருந்து உடனே வாங்கணும். அதான் நாங்க லாஸ்ட் வீக் கலெக்டரோட எங்க சீஃப் செக்ரட்டரி நானும் ஒரு மீட்டிங் நடத்திருந்தோம். என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தோம், நிறைய பேருக்கு கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோம் சர்க்கரை நோய் இருக்கு, ஆனால் போயிட்டு மருந்து வாங்க மாட்டாங்க, லைட்டா எடுத்தால்தான் ஃபியூச்சர்ல நிறைய காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வரும். எந்த மாதிரி காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வரலாம்? ஹார்ட்ல வந்து you can get more probability of heart disease, more probability of stroke, more probability of சொல்ல மாதிரி இங்க கீழே வந்து ஆர்டரிஸ்ல ஹை, என்னுடைய நாலேஜ் அடிப்படையில் ரொம்ப ஹை sugar for a long point of time creates blockages in the micro arteries, which creates problems in our kidney or problems in our limbs, hand, foot, etc. கருப்பாது, blockage ஆகுது, அது மாதிரி பிரச்சனை வருது. So take medicine at the right time, number one. Number two, change the lifestyle. Lifestyle change பண்ணுவது வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியமானது. Lifestyle change பண்ணுவதில் ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் இனிஷியேட்டிவ் கூட we are very proud when we talk about the government, because government சொல்லும்போது இப்ப இந்த வருஷம் தமிழ்நாடு அரசால் எங்களுடைய மத்திய மருத்துவ மற்றும் மக்கள் நல்வாழ்வுத்துறை அமைச்சர் அவர்கள் எல்லா டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்ஸ்ல ஹெல்த் வாக் மக்களிடையே வாக்கிங் பண்ணுவதாக ஆர்வம் ஏற்படுத்துவதற்காக ஹெல்த் வாக் ஒரு திட்டமே தொடங்குவதாக அறிவிப்பு கொடுத்திருக்கிறார்கள். ஆனரபிள் சிஎம் அவர்கள் உரிய டைம்ல அதை தொடங்கி வைப்பார்கள். ஒவ்வொரு மாவட்டத்தில் ஒரு லாங் ரூட் ஒவ்வொரு வீக்கெண்ட்ல முதல்ல மக்களை வந்து இந்த இயக்கத்திலே கொண்டு வரணும். அதனால வந்து ஒரு லாங் 8 அரௌண்ட் 5 to 8 கிலோமீட்டர் ஒரு லாங் ரூட் போட்டுட்டு டெய்லி குறிப்பா முதல்ல வீக்கெண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி அவங்களை வாக்கிங் பண்ணா இயக்குமா. நேற்று marathon is for the next stage. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி வாக்கிங் பண்ணணும், ஏற்படுத்தணும். அதுக்காக health walk we are starting. Tamil Nadu government is starting, asking people to come en masse and walk. எல்லா மாவட்டத்திலும் ஒரே நாள் வந்து ஆனரபிள் சிஎம் வந்து ஆஃப்டர் ஹி ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ் ஒரு இயக்கமாக ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி வீக்கெண்ட்ல பண்ணி அப்புறம் மக்களுக்கு பழக்கம் வந்துடும். டெய்லி வாக்கிங் பண்ணுவாங்க. டெய்லி ஒரு வாக்கிங் பண்ணா இருந்தால் லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் சேஞ்ச் ஆகிடும். நிறைய பேர் வந்து நாங்க எங்களுக்கு ஒரு நேரம் இல்லை, பிஸியா இருக்கும். பிஸியா காலையில பிஸியா இருந்தா நைட் டைம் வாக்கிங் பண்ணலாம், சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு முன்னாள் வாக்கிங் பண்ணலாம். சாயந்தரம் பிஸியா இருந்தா மார்னிங் வாக்கிங் பண்ணலாம். ஒருத்தர் நான் கூட I always try to do the walking. I would have walked to 5 to 6 kilometers today also before I came over here. So medicines walking பண்ணாக்க நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு பெரிய காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வராது என்பதை அது third of course proper rest and proper diet is very important in my opinion. This all complementary. I don't want people to come to the vascular surgeon, so I have to give the third point I will like to say is the diet பொறுத்தவரையில் the message which we are giving to everybody is eat good dietல வந்து நிறைய vegetables, fibrous materials இருக்கணும். அடிக்கடி சாப்பிடக்கூடாது, junk food சாப்பிடக்கூடாது. Diet பொறுத்தவரையில் diet can be any diet, good diet, veg, non-veg diet, but it should be non-junk food, non-sugary, non-cola diet should be there. Smoking எல்லாம் விடணும். So you should have proper diet. அதாவது கிராமத்துல வந்து பல டைம் வந்து கிராமத்துல இருக்கிற சாப்பாடு அது வந்து கரெக்டா இருக்கும். லாட் ஆஃப் காய்கறி, நிறைய வந்து காய்கறி இருக்கு. Don't focus on carbohydrates, focus on more on vegetables and proteins in your diet. And அடிக்கடி வந்து சாப்பிடாமல் we should take diet at proper time, avoid sugar, cold drinks, etc. So that is my once in a while it's okay. So this message should also be there. இந்த மெசேஜ் எல்லாம் இருந்தால்தான் நமக்கு ஒரு காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வராது. ஓகே, நவ ஃபைனலி காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் இருக்கும்போது கூட நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து they don't know what to do. They simply கடைசியா கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணாமல் சரியா டயட் கரெக்டா பண்ணாமல் வாக்கிங் பண்ணாமல் கடைசியாக they come to the hospital and நிறைய பேருக்கு இது நானே பார்த்திருக்கேன். டோ amputate கட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, ஃபிங்கர் கட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, கை கட் பண்ணாங்க, கால் கட் பண்ணாங்க. நிறைய டைப் ஆஃப் amputations இருக்குங்க. இதுலதான் the role of the press and media is there. amputation பண்ணதுக்கு முன்னால் சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி முதல் கட்டமாக ஒரு அல்சர் போன்ற இனிஷியல் சிம்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும் போதுவே the doctors உரிய concerned specialists பார்க்க வேண்டும். So of course we have in the private sector we have specialists like Dr. Shekhar who are we very proud of, but governmental sector பார்க்கும்போது Madras Medical College, Stanley Medical College, Omandura Medical College, Madurai Medical College, Coimbatore College, the Vellore Medical College, Kanyakumari Medical College போன்ற எல்லா மெடிக்கல் காலேஜ்ல vascular surgeons இருக்காங்க. இனிஷியல் ஸ்டேஜ்ல இதே மாதிரி நம்ம ஹார்ட்க்கு பைபாஸ் ஸ்டென்ட் போட மாதிரி கால்ல கையில ஒரே இடத்துல இதர பார்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் த பாடியில வந்து இது மாதிரி பைபாஸ் பண்ணி ஸ்டென்ட் போட்டாக்கா நான் டாக்டர் அரவிந்த் கிட்ட கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தேன். அது ரொம்ப காஸ்ட்லியா சார்? He said it's actually perhaps lesser than the cardiovascular stent. Maybe Dr. Shekhar will be able to tell better, but even we have got nowadays we have got the comprehensive CM insurance schemes are there, and Government of India is also participating in the insurance scheme. We have got state CM insurance scheme. There are many insurance scheme. நமக்கு வந்து வாழ்க்கை தான் முக்கியம், கை கால் தான் முக்கியம். கட்டணத்துக்கு பதிலாக we have உரிய டைம்ல கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டு பைபாஸ் பண்ணி ஸ்டென்ட் போட்டாக்கா கை கால் மற்றும் இதர பார்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் த பாடி சேவ் பண்ணலாம் என்பது that message should go to the people. Beginning stage please see the right type of the doctor. குறிப்பாக இந்த மாதிரி those connected to diabetes should see the vascular surgeon. அதான் என்னுடைய இருக்கக்கூடிய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ், கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நாலேஜ் இருக்கக்கூடிய தாட்ஸ் நான் இந்த தெரிஞ்சேன். I hope I have been able to complement over and above what Dr. Shekhar who was told in all the medical terms. And இந்த விழிப்புணர்வு கூட்டத்தில் கலந்து கொள்வது எனக்கு ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருக்கிறது. எனக்கு நல்ல பயம் கொடுப்பதற்காக கவரி ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் மற்றும் அவங்களுடைய நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் நான் என்னுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். குறிப்பாக எனக்கு ஒரு நல்ல பிரசன்டேஷன் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய டாக்டர் சேகர் அவர்களே, உங்களுடைய மிஸ்ஸஸ் மேடம் அவர்களும் நான் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள் பாராட்டுகள் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி.